Who do we blame, ladies and gentlemen? Do we blame the whales? Do we blame Elon? Is it because of China? What about the government yields? No liquidity in the market? What's the story? Well, we can make sense of it by saying vector candle recovery. Surprise, surprise, mother. Anyways, in today's video update, I'm going to break it all down for you to be aware of what to anticipate next. It has been a very big drop in Bitcoin. Now we're going to look at what zones Bitcoin needs to hold in order for us to make sense as to whether or not this drop has been designed to get Bitcoin ready to mark up. But we've got a bit of a problem. If everyone in the market is selling off and there is liquidity issues in the overall market, and that is evident with the government yields, we might need to get ourselves prepared for a little bit more of a tumble. Let's have a conversation, guys. So before we get the party started off with Bitcoin's drop, if you are new to the channel, make sure you get over to the Traders Reality website where you can actually take part in a free course on the hybrid system. It talks about everything that we mention all the time in the videos and the live streams, from moving averages, all the psychological levels, the pivot points. This course is designed effectively to get you aware of how to use the tools we make reference to every single day. You can become a member of the website. It's free to become. And then if you want to check out the Patreon, which the patrons had a little bit of fun over the last couple of days, we projected out Bitcoin's move nicely to the downside. They hit the critical zones that we've been waiting for since Saturday. Happy days to anyone that exploited that bad boy. If you want to get some work done over the weekend, go check out the website and you can get through this course. It will take you, best part of an hour and 10 minutes, and you'll learn everything that you need to know about the hybrid system. So, with that being said, dearly beloved Bitcoin, back to the vector candle recovery. Now, am I kind of guy that's happy that Bitcoin's going down? Well, I'm happy that it's gone back into a point of interest in the chart that has now been fully absorbed. What do I mean? Well, look, we've got this imbalance in the chart right here, which is the green vector candle zone. Now that that's been taken, we're now going to be able to make sense of what they could do next. Now, Bitcoin, luckily, hasn't broken down below the 24,833. Now, there are many reasons as to why Bitcoin's dropped. Let's go through them. Check this out. Everyone blaming Elon. Look, SpaceX. They get rid of their holdings. Where is it? Here we go. SpaceX offloads Bitcoin interest rate fears. What does that tell you? Well, it tells you that interest rates are still going up, and these guys, they're kind of concerned about holding on to assets that could effectively be going down in money. Okay? So they got to get rid of it. Cool. That's one reason. So we go down even more into the article. They're blaming the government bond yields. What do we know about the yields? If the yields keep on rising, it means that money's not hitting the marketplace because the government's trying to promote the purchases of bonds. Come on, buy bonds from us, guys. Come on. We're giving you 4.9% on the yields. Well, what are the yields at right now? Check this out. This is a source site. The yields right now, look at that, crawling up to that 4.95%. And word on the street is saying that 6% could be on the cards. Damn. 6%, but it wouldn't be something that we haven't seen before. Oh, no. Because when we get to the areas of 10%, that could be a problem for us. And the last time that they actually did that, we go to the 2-week chart itself and zoom out, you can see subprime mortgage crisis. It went to around 5.29% before the market absolutely got ripped. And we then go over to 1989 when the yields actually nearly topped over 10%. These are all big economical turning points in the US's economy. Now, with that being said, we go back into Bitcoin's price action, trying to make sense. Can we blame Elon? Can we blame the bonds? Can we blame China? What else? Can we blame the whales? The article goes on to go into it even more. Chinese yen, still a risk to Bitcoin. Everyone's worried about the whales selling big. Well, look, the whales are only selling because the yields are up. The whales are only selling because now it's no longer a lucrative thing to be holding cryptocurrency, because if the NASDAQ and the S&P and all the legacy markets are starting to go down, it means money is being removed from the marketplace and going into what? It's going into safer options such as the dollar. We zoom in and we can see dollar dominance is starting to creep back up with the potential of them coming back up to this grimy 110 zone. That's going to be a problem. That means euro could be going all the way back down to parity, ladies and gentlemen. Look at euro on its way, could potentially be working its way back into that one for one on the dollar. Now, you know what? The US doesn't like the euro because the euro is always the alternative for anyone that wants to just take on a little bit of risk. Now, with that being said, we go back into Bitcoin's price to understand the levels that we currently have. Looking on the weekly chart, you can see that we still got this area right here on Bitcoin that could pose a little bit of a problem for us, okay? We go and take the recovery of this green vector candle by taking a Fibonacci and going into the top end of the candlestick wick and going into the lower end and working out where would the midpoint be. Now, look at what we've got right here. There is a reason as to why they seem to bounce from this zone. Look at what happened in this week over here on the month of June, okay? 5th of June. They bounced away from it up to the upside. They've come down to it again, and now they've rejected from that point. Now, some of us could see that as a good sign, but what's going on in the market? This is the thing. The legacy markets will always dictate what cryptocurrency is going to do because crypto ain't to its own accord just yet. I want Bitcoin to go to 100K. I want it to go to as high as possible. But we've got to get to the reality of things. The marketplace is cyclical. Human nature is cyclical. Once they've been smacking up the markets for so long, they're also going to smack the markets to the downside. They need to make their money too. Prices can't just keep on going up. They need to consolidate and bring it back down. That's the way the market cycle works. It's the way human psychology operates. The bigger picture is saying that they're also looking at Elon Musk's SpaceX news as the main catalyst for Bitcoin's drop to the downside. So if SpaceX is getting rid of their cryptocurrency, everyone else is going to follow suit, especially when you've got a household name like Elon, okay, who pretty much brought a load of Bitcoin at the start of the Bitcoin bull run, and then everything started to continue from that point, purely because SpaceX or Tesla, Elon, hold crypto. Now, with that being said, guys, we'll go back into Bitcoin's price on the smaller time frames and try and work out what we can expect from Bitcoin going into today. Well, look, it's Friday today. We don't have any news announcements that can rock the marketplace. We've had a clean deviation away from the moving average. We've now got this zone right here where there is a clear imbalance in the chart. Bitcoin is operating towards its low average monthly range. Okay, so when Bitcoin started off this month, it's already taken the absolute low of the monthly range. So we would be expecting a little bit of a retrace back up. But last night, China reacted to this information that's been hitting the marketplace. Now, today's the final day for the legacy markets. That means NASDAQ, S&P, Euro, Pound, all the Forex pairs, they will be finishing today for the weekend. But cryptocurrency will still be operating. That's even worse. Why? Because if there is a liquidity issue in cryptocurrency and this happens, what do you think is going to happen over the weekend? A lot of people are going to be coming to the charts at the weekend to try and trade this bad boy. Now, volume will be light over the weekend, but be careful because there's still vector candles that they can come towards, and eyes are going to be on the following range. Look on the daily time frame. We have got this horrible zone down here, which is the 23,000 region. If we look at yesterday on the high block, we could see that on the 3-month chart, that pool of liquidity around the 24,200 has around $75 billion worth of long liquidations yet to be had. Now, if we're looking at this right here on this article, you can see that they mentioned about the liquidation points. If I scroll all the way down, sorry if it's making your eyes go a bit crazy, they say more than $427 million worth of Bitcoin long positions have been liquidated in the last 24 hours, and that was from CoinGlass. Okay. $62 billion just on that range right there at 24,600 has been liquidated. That's unfortunate. We go up a little bit more, 18 billion. And a little bit more, 18 and a half, 19 billion. Up more, 11. Another 11. More, 10. What, 17? I mean, going all the way up from the top side right here, we got ourselves over $250 billion worth of long liquidations, and they mention a measly $427 million worth of longs liquidated, and people are like, oh my days. This is money from the market maker, ladies and gentlemen. His money is sat planted in that range right there. He's gunning for it. And we've been waiting for Bitcoin to do this because the green vector candles on the higher time frame were suggesting that. The break of the 50 EMA on the daily time frame was the heads up the Patreons got that Bitcoin was going to go down lower. They break that range, it's done. Yippee-ki-yay to the downside. 800 EMA would have been the last point of support. They didn't take it, they ripped it. What about the Golden Cross traders? Oh my days, they should be having fun. Look, the Golden Cross has happened. Slap across the face right there. We got to think like retail and do the opposite. You can imagine right now, all the traders that were on the idea of the Golden Cross happening, they wanted to get in before it actually completed. They didn't want to miss out because of the Golden Cross. Now, don't get it twisted. It's not the first time that a price, or should I say the moving averages cross over and then they end up going higher in our favor. Happy days. But we got to look at where we are economically. Where's the money, man? It's not there. You only need to just start your day off by looking at the yields. How has China or the Asian session reacted? Look at the yields themselves. This is the 3-day chart. If I go into the smaller time frames, you can see there's this continuous holding on the yields, right? 4.9%. Investors, they're not gunning to the government. The government needs to advertise a higher rate of return so that they can give them the money. Look at them slowly coming down to recovering that gap. Some bond profit position taking right here is coming into play. Investors are like, okay, maybe we're going to see a little bit of a recovery in the day today. Let's start loading up on a few treasury bills just to offset any risk that we may have. We might have a bag load of cryptocurrency that's causing our portfolio to be a little bit of a problem. Let's put some money into the bonds just to try and generate a little bit of a return. But the sad truth is, for every move that comes up in the treasuries, it's going to be met with a move down. Why? Because they're gunning for the 2-year yield. The 2-year yield itself is saying to us that investors aren't favoring locking up money for a long time. Because if they're going to get 4.9% on the 2-year, why on earth would they go over to the 10-year at 4.2? Doesn't make sense. Again, yield inversion. Now, you guys have been getting the heads up on this. My goal is to get you to understand where the money flows. Okay, cryptocurrency is like a little basket. Okay, that little basket that you have packed with a couple of strawberries. All right, and then you've got the main basket, which is the legacy markets, where all the food is in there, the cutlery, all your drinks, everything. That's the carrier. That's the tanker right there. When you're going out for a nice little picnic with the family and you pull this big bad boy up, let me just take out a little cryptocurrency and put it on the side over here. We'll come to that in a bit. Whatever's going on in that big basket is going to dictate what's going on with cryptocurrency. And the yields, the bonds, dollar dominance is going to dictate what is going to happen to cryptocurrency. When cryptocurrency gets its chance to really shine, then we can look at the legacy markets and be like, don't worry about that. Bitcoin's doing its own thing. The ETF moved to nearly March 2024. Yeah, thanks for that, bro. It was always going to happen. The ETF was just a way to just really grab traders' attention. And until the ETF gets approved and pushed through, there's no reason why we should be loading up on Bitcoin. Now, that doesn't mean that you guys aren't loading up on Bitcoin, okay? I know there are guys out there that are loading up on Bitcoin's price dropping down. That's a good thing for the holders, because this is what I said. If the price for Bitcoin keeps on going down, you've got to be cool with it going down, because we were expecting them to go down to the vector candle. This zone right here is Bitcoin's last hope. If Bitcoin breaks beyond 24,000, where is it? 24,788. That's the point. If Bitcoin flushes through that range, Bitcoin will be coming down to eat the liquidity at the vector candle zone of 20,599. Now, what do we know about the 20,000 zone? It's the biggest psychological area on Bitcoin. I hear it all the time. It'll never go back down below 20. Oh, it will never go above 20, or it will never go anywhere near 21. It's just the psychological area. Once Bitcoin comes away from the idea of what's going on in the legacy markets, then the 20,000 will be that psychological area. But money is leaving the markets and going into safer pockets. Cash. They ain't moving cryptocurrency just yet. Does that sound like something you don't want to hear? Well, no, ladies and gentlemen, it's about coming to the reality of things. The flow of money is not in the markets yet. High interest rates with the prospect of them going higher. What do you think they're going to be picking up? Dollar. They ain't picking up Bitcoin. The people in cryptocurrency will be picking up Bitcoin. All right? Coinbase has just announced that they're going to be allowing futures traders in the US to be able to trade. Cool. There's one possible reason why Bitcoin could end up moving higher, because we know in the past, futures markets have pretty much dictated what Bitcoin's price could end up being. The spot market hasn't. Spot market is not showing any volume coming into play. So people aren't buying cryptocurrency to hold. They just want to trade it. Fast in, fast out. They're not interested in holding it. When you've got low liquidity issues in cryptocurrency, it's a great time for the holders to load up if you like the idea of Bitcoin going down and it's being cheaper. Now, at 24,000, what is it, 26,434? Is Bitcoin expensive? It is. It's expensive for a coin. We look at XRP and that bad boy's cheap as chips. We go over to it. What's going on with XRP? Surprise? Surprise? That's the messed up thing. They fully recovered it. The day this happened, they just took the money, man. People messaging me, Tino, I made an X amount of money. I've done this, I've done that. Happy days. Take some money off the table. The marketplace is not about locking up money for long periods of time because they don't think the economy is going to be doing well. When you put your money to work in something, the economy is going to subsidize that and help it grow. Well, if the economy ain't working, what do you think your money's going to be doing, bruv? It ain't going to be doing anything. It's going to be dropping in value. That's why when we were talking yesterday about keeping an eye out on your portfolio, how to diversify it, going into banks, going into sectors like aerospace and defense. Now, I know some people might not get the access to go and buy certain stocks if they're just fully cryptocurrency based. The only alternative is to sit in USDT. I get that. And try and find the right time for you to say, you know what, I think this could be the low. But we haven't had the impact of high interest rates just yet. They're still increasing, these bad boys. So keep that in mind. Take whatever money you can from any profitable positions that you may have got. My traders, you guys are to the side. Why? Because you're going to exploit price going up and down. I know every one of the hybrid traders were looking at this green vector candle and XRP saying, we're getting ready for a bad boy, sure. And we've been watching this bad boy, and it's no surprise. So, ladies and gentlemen, to bring it to a close, Bitcoin has made a nice little move lower. I've highlighted the key zone that Bitcoin needs to hold. Otherwise, it's going to continue to drop. Friday is normally known as a profit-taking day. Well, they started it Thursday morning, and they've ripped it down lower. The sentiment is starting to flourish. People are starting to get a bit concerned in the marketplace. So they're now gunning for cash. Bitcoin ain't the hedge just yet. So just make sure that you are effectively being cautious about how much capital you are committing, because Bitcoin might not be finished with this move. Any retraces back up, just make sure that you're paying attention to key moving averages. The 50 EMA on the daily chart is going to be the deciding factor whether Bitcoin can sustain this move to the upside. Otherwise, it's down we go. Ladies and gentlemen, have yourselves a great weekend. Mad love and respect. And thank you for watching the videos this week. If you are new, get with the subscription button and Will Smith the video. As in, like it. Just hit the button. It's free to do, bruv. Minimal effort anyway. Peace.